White Americans are super mad.
It's about tribal warfare. Okay. That's where we're at in the U.S. I don't know where you're at in the UK. You're from India, so I don't really...
I'm not from India.
Oh, sorry, your parents are from India, so...
I'm an American
you
citizen.
have your own stakes.
I'm an American, you know.
You're an American citizen?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know how you got that, but fair enough. Here's the thing.
Are you an American citizen?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Not sure how you got that, okay.
Born here.
Okay.
Born here, and my family lineage is settlers from the 1500s, so I have some stake in the claim here, okay?
But you're
a little different
But you're
than
a
yours.
descendant of immigrants. Settlers. Colonialists.
Yeah,
colonials. You don't look very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about?
You're not.
What are you talking about? Whites are Native Americans.
Really?
I think
what was happening before the 1500s?
I think you're getting confused with it.
I don't mind going on a tangent, but what was happening before the 1500s?
Calm down. I think you're getting...
What was happening before the 1500s?
There was indigenous people here that came here from Asia.
Do you know what indigenous means?
Listen, before
indigenous
America,
people come from somewhere else.
Why do you ask a question if you're going to interrupt?
I'm not sure if you know what the meaning of indigenous means.
I do know what it means. It means
like
they came here first, right? They came here from Asia by way of land bridge. Have an argument with Neil deGrasse Tyson or anybody else about that. I don't care.
Is he an American?
I genuinely don't care. Yes, he is.
Okay, just checking.
My point is, okay?
Nothing to do with crime. So far, you've agreed with me that these people are criminals.
Because you're derailing, dude. I'm trying to stay on track.
You literally sat down and asked me where I'm from. I think you derailed this conversation from the get-go.
By that, but I'm
not offended. I'm just wondering what it has to do with crime.
I'm always curious.
We're going to talk about immigration. Don't worry. Later on, you can come back.
I hope so.
Right now, you're doing a very bad job of making the case that he's not pro-crime.
I just got a round of applause. I could probably get another one actually if I asked for it.
Wow.
So I don't think I'm doing as bad.
Is this how you get rounds of applause? You sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing.
Europeans come to this continent, literally ethnically cleanse the indigenous population out of existence, kill them on a scale that has hardly been equaled, and refer to them as savages. That's an achievement. Who's the savage?
Do you know why? It's because the history that is coming out, that they are not the native of American.
Columbus didn't discover America. You can't discover a place where people are already living. But we celebrate that every October. It's a lie. We need to get over it. We need to stop telling the myths and start telling the truth. If we start teaching the truth about history, if we start teaching about Nile Valley contributions to civilization, it will totally change the way we conduct ourselves in the classroom. It will have to.
Check out this video, then I'm going to explain to you how settler colonialism works.
Are you an American citizen?
Absolutely. Born here.
Okay.
Born here, and my family lineage is settlers from the 1500s, so I have some stake in the claim here, okay?
But you're
a little different.
But you're a descendant of immigrants. Settlers. Colonialists.
Yeah, colonials.
You don't look very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about?
You're not.
What are you talking about? Whites are Native Americans.
Really?
This idea that white folks are Native Americans now is not simply ignorance. It's the logic of settler colonialism. Settlers invade, they steal the land, and they replace the indigenous population. Settler colonialism isn't simply about conquest and stealing the land, though. It's a structure of replacement. The first step, invasion, conquest, genocide of indigenous peoples. Step 2, reset the timeline. Pretend history only begins when settlers arrive in 1492. That means downplaying all the achievements, all the accomplishments of indigenous peoples. You stereotype and label us as uncivilized savages. Step 3, the colonizers now rebrand themselves as natives. And a lot of white folks have brainwashed themselves into believing the big lie, that they settled an empty and uncivilized land and built America from nothing. It's the myth of Western superiority and American exceptionalism. And it's not just about stealing land and resources. It's also about stealing the identity, what it means to be a real American. And this is nothing new. Settlers or nativists have been calling themselves Native Americans for nearly 200 years now. And that's the trick. You destroy indigenous sovereignty, and then you get to redefine who's truly American, who's native. It's white nationalism. It centers whiteness as the rightful owners of Turtle Island. The end goal is always to invert reality. The settler, the colonizer becomes indigenous, and land theft and genocide becomes heritage. But here's what the logic of settler colonialism tries to hide. Indigenous nations are still here. All the settler colonial policies meant to destroy and erase indigenous nations have failed. Native peoples are revitalizing their languages, protecting their sacred sites, defending their treaty rights, practicing their culture just like they've done since time immemorial. And let's have a little bit of clarity. White folks can be from America, be born here in America, but you will never be indigenous to this land. And let me end with this. Indigenous peoples are still here, and we're not going anywhere.
They are furious about this history. Okay, one thing for sure, they were never taught the truth in school. They were never told about their real history. All of the things they were told about is illusion.
But the truth is that so-called white people don't know their history either. Their history in America or their history in Europe. Americans generally don't know history, which is incredibly useful when you consider the fact that history repeats itself. It's incredibly useful to keep the entire population in a state of amnesia, so that the whole country operates like the main character in that film Memento, you know? So you keep doing the same things that you've always done, and you never understand that you're actually doing the things that history has already judged to be crimes. You understand?
Now, when the real history comes out, they're getting mad. They're getting raged. You know, some of them are surprised because how can you tell me that America is our promised land, America is our land of milk and honey, and then after years, you are coming to tell me that you are not native here? They stole the land.
And Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
In discussions about the history and origins of people in the Americas, the key distinction is that white Americans are not considered Native Americans. Here's why. Ancestry. Modern white Americans are predominantly descended from European settlers and immigrants who arrived in the Americas starting around the 5th, 10th, and 16th centuries. Native Americans, also referred to as indigenous people, are the original inhabitants of the Americas and have distinct cultures, histories, and traditions that predate European colonization. Based on genetic and archaeological evidence, white people are not considered Native Americans in the sense of being indigenous to the Americas. It is crucial to recognize that Native American identity is multifaceted and encompasses cultural practices, language, tribal affiliation, and a deep connection to ancestral lands.
We should not be embarrassed or afraid to say that the Native Americans are white people of European descent. That is true. The people that we call Native Americans now are not Native Americans. And the reason they're not Native Americans is because they did not form a country called America. They are not native. America is a country. It's not just a place. It's not just a plot of land. It is a country. And before America was formed as a nation, this place was not America, because America didn't exist. America existed when it was formed. And so if someone can trace their lineage back to the Comanche on the Great Plains, well, that doesn't make you you weren't native to America. You're native to Comancheria. You're native to this. You're not native to the country of America. The people who are native to the nation of America, the people who formed this nation, were by and large, almost exclusively, white people of European descent. They are the natives of this country. They're the ones who formed this country. That doesn't mean that other people aren't allowed to live here. It just means that they're the natives.
They created a lot of atrocities to attain that land. Americans, white Americans. That history always gets them mad every time. You know, one thing that is showing out here is not about America not being the owners of the land of America, but it's about the lies they've been told for decades, the lies about the superiority and the power they hold on that land. Okay? Because once you put in your mind that you own something, and then from there, you start thinking that you are great on that. But at the end of the day, all the lies shall come to light. It is time that the world needs to know the truth. It is time American kids needs to be told the truth. It is time the real history come out. White Americans are not the native of America.